I just left the Salvation Army thrift store. I ended up spending $51 even. Always round up at the Salvation Army because it does go to a good cause there. And I got some pretty neat stuff. So I figured I'm back at our warehouse right now. So let's run into the shop and I'll show you guys everything I bought at that Salvation Army. Hey babe, what you doing? Taking pictures? I got some thrifts. Alright guys, let's go through everything that I bought at that Salvation Army. I'll try to keep like a running total of what I feel everything is worth. But remember, I paid $51 even for everything here, and one of these items I'm actually keeping. So it actually works out to $48 total that I spent on items to resell. And I think I got some pretty decent stuff. So we'll start with these. These are Lilly Pulitzer men's swim trunks. I've actually never seen these before. Lilly Pulitzer is typically a women's brand, so I've actually never seen the men's stuff before. And it's funny, even on the label on the inside it says Lilly Pulitzer men's stuff, which is funny. But they're a pretty cool item. They remind me of like a vineyard vine style pattern. Good quality item. They're a size large and the comps on these seem to be pretty good. I couldn't find this exact pattern, but it seems like the comps are in like the $40 to the $50 range. So I'm gonna call this a $40 sale. Next up, one thing that I actually know very well is wrestling singlets, because I wrestled for 6 years total throughout middle school and high school. So whenever I see wrestling singlets like this, I know that they're gonna be worth some money. This one is Brute brand. Brute isn't like the best brand, but it's a really good size. It's a size 2XL, and looking at the label on this, I would consider it vintage. It's probably more than like 20 years old. It says Chiefs on the front of it, and it's like a yellow and green. It's a pretty cool item, and these are good to sell because wrestlers collect them. When I was wrestling in high school, I used to always collect these things. Whenever we would go to meets or something, we would trade singlets with people, and we would collect them. So these actually have a decent resale value, and usually at thrift stores they're priced pretty cheap. So like this one was $3, and I'm gonna call it a $30 sale, maybe more, but I'm gonna call it a $30 sale. Next up, this is a new brand for us. I only know about this brand because my friend wears the shirts a lot. The brand is called Grunt Style, and these are all 2XL t-shirts. I believe it's an American company, and I think that they're veteran owned. So we got one t-shirt, XXL, two t-shirts. This one's pretty funny. And the third t-shirt. So these were all marked $2 each, so $6. And because they're all the same size and they're all in perfect condition, I'll sell these together as a lot. So if there was only one of these t-shirts, I probably wouldn't pick it up because they only sell between like $12 to $18 each. But because there are 3 of them, I can lot them up together and somebody will buy them. And I feel we should be able to get $40 for these 3 lotted together. The next item, I paid $3 for this tank top. I can never get enough tank tops, and this one is really cool. I like it. It's funny. It's like an eagle with the beard thing on its head. Look at this tank top I got. Isn't that funny?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like cool tie-dye too. It's a good like 4th of July tank top if I want to use it for that. So this one will be going into my closet for $3. I like that. This next item is a presidential t-shirt. It's from 2005. It's Bush and Cheney. It was a $2 buy, and I bought it because it's a good size, it's in good condition, and there's only one real comp around it. There's one listed for I think $30 plus $5 shipping. So I'm probably going to list this one for $30 free shipping, and we'll see what happens. There's no sales on it, but presidential stuff does sell well. Up next, one of those bread and butter, meat and potatoes type of items. This one is Lacoste. It's a classic fit, and it is a size 4XL. So it's a really good size. Size 4XLs sell very well for us, and it's in perfect condition, and it's a good color. With Lacoste, you really need to check the condition of the polos when you're looking at them, because the collars for some reason seem to get really raggedy, and a lot of the time there's like stains or holes on them. So just make sure you check them to make sure they're in decent condition. And then the other thing is the alligator patch on the polos. Make sure that it is an alligator patch. It's not like embroidered into the shirt. That's one way that you can tell that it is a genuine Lacoste polo. So anyway, we'll throw this one up for around $27, and I feel that's what we should get for it. Next up is a Masters Tech polo. This is one of the higher quality, better Masters polos, and you can actually just tell by the feel of it. It feels almost like a Lululemon style polo. It's that nice like moisture wicking. Under Armour also makes a nice polo like this, but you can feel the quality of this polo over some of the other Masters polos. In fact, there was another Masters polo at the thrift store that I left behind just because it wasn't like one of the better, higher quality ones. And we're looking for kind of higher price point items right now. So this one was only $4, and I feel based on comps, we should be able to get right at 35 bucks for this polo. And the last piece of clothing, this was actually a pretty cool find. I actually found it when I went to check out. I saw just the Adidas logo behind the counter, and I asked the cashier, like, is that somebody's stuff or is it for sale? And he went back and looked at it, and he said that someone was going to buy it, but they left it behind. So I took a look at it, and it was only $3, and I saw the back of it first. The back of it is super cool. It says 1993 Boston Marathon with a huge Adidas equipment logo, and it's got the hidden hood built in, which is pretty cool. And then the front of it is just a full zip. It's got the Boston Marathon logo on the front of it, and then the little John Hancock signature right there. It is a very cool jacket. It does have a few like little marks and some yellowing on the white, but I showed it to Allison and she feels like if we soaked it in some OxyClean, most of that will be able to come out. And to be honest, I'm not really sure exactly what the value on this item will be. I can tell you that the comps on eBay, there's none in this same colorway. So there's none in like the black and white colorway. There's a green one listed for like $100. I did find this exact same one on Poshmark listed for 40 bucks. So that gives an idea of what it is actually worth, but I think they might be slightly low. I think if we're able to clean it up and get these marks out, that we should be able to get at least 45 bucks for this jacket, maybe more. I might list it for like $65, $70 or best offer and just see what happens. Just because it is such a cool item and I feel like the price of it should reflect how cool it is. And then I also picked up a couple pairs of shoes. These first ones are MBT brand and the model on them is 400-201-03. We usually do very well with this brand. Now what's important with these things is to make sure that they are in good condition. There's this foam back here that if you squeeze it down, you want to make sure that that foam is still intact. It's not like crumbling. You can actually see on the side of this one that it has started to kind of deteriorate, but it's still in decent enough condition for us to resell. So these we paid $8 for, and I feel we should be able to get right around 35 bucks for them. And then lastly, some Keen shoes. You guys have heard us say that brand many times, Keen. We love selling these shoes. They have a very, very good following in like the outdoor hiking community. They just make great shoes. And again, on these ones, you want to check the condition because these are used outdoors. So one thing that I like to do is I take them and I flex them like that just to check the soles of the shoe to make sure there's no like cracking on them and make sure the toe isn't coming apart from the bottom of the shoe. But these ones are in very good condition. Again, paid $10 for them and I would expect at least 35 bucks back for them. So that's everything that I kept from that Salvation Army. I did end up putting a few things back, like those Keen shoes that were cracking on the toes. I put those ones back. I found a cool Vineyard Vines hat that I ended up throwing back as well, just because the comps weren't very good on it. And the hat cost $6 and the comps were around like 15, 16 bucks. But all in all, if we look at the numbers on everything that I bought today, the total gross amount that all of this stuff should sell for, if we're going based on the numbers that I found, is $317 gross. Now, if you take eBay and PayPal fees out of that, that's around $42. And then the cost of shipping, some of these things will cost $3 to ship, some of them up to $8. So I'm going based on a shipping price of around $5 per item. So another $45 off of that top number. And then my cost of goods on everything was $48. It was $51, but again, this is something that I'm keeping for myself, so $48 is what our cost of goods are. So the total amount after fees and everything is $182 gross, and I say gross because obviously taxes still have to come out of that, and we have operating expenses as well. But if you look at it based on $182, I spent about an hour at the thrift store. If it takes another, call it 2 hours to take pictures and list these items, that works out to about $60 an hour. So a $60 an hour side income job. And that's why we preach like going to thrift stores and buying stuff to resell it's good. It's a good thing to do if you're looking for a little bit of side income. I've said it once and I'll say it again, like you're not going to become filthy rich doing this, but it's a great way to start learning how to resell, start learning the ins and outs of the business. And one other thing that I wanted to touch on is, remember guys, it's okay that we do this. It's not a bad thing to go into a thrift store and buy something and resell it. Remember that for most thrift stores out there, their mission is not to sell clothing cheap to the needy. Their main mission is to get as much money for their product as possible so that they can then take that money and put it towards good use. So most thrift stores actually like resellers because we go into their stores and we spend a lot of money all at once. So at the end of the day, a lot of them really like us there because they're getting a lot of donations from us that they can then take and use for really good purposes like job training and helping people out in the local community. So it all works hand in hand, but don't hate on resellers that go to thrift stores and buy cool things to resell them. I think it's really good for a lot of people to do, and for a lot of people who are actually needy in a needy situation, they can go spend $5-10 and then turn that into, you know, $50-60 sometimes, and a lot of the time $50-60 to somebody is a lot better than a cheap t-shirt. So anyway guys, that's my haul for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, and if you're not subscribed to our channel, remember to hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys on the next video. Peace out guys. Bye.